So this Try It Out Tuesday begins somewhere out in the desert of Arizona. I was in the middle of actually in the first portion of a cross-country road trip for work, where my coworker Jeff Miles and I drove from San Francisco to Richmond, Virginia, to go set up a new Rodder Journal office. So one of the goals of this trip was, rather than stopping at all the usual, chain restaurants and this and that, we decided to try some place a little more off the beaten path. So on the first night we stopped in Barstow, California, and we hopped on Highway 40, which goes east-west. And a lot of spots on Highway 40 intersect with old Route 66. And generally speaking, an older town means a good opportunity for some good food. So for this installment of the Try It Out Tuesday podcast, we were in Kingman, Arizona. So Kingman's known for a lot of things. They got a big old steam locomotive at downtown, right in the middle of the town square. And it also is known for having really good Mexican food. So after consulting the map, one of us was driving, one was looking at the Google Maps and seeing that the place that is the top-ranked, most authentic spot in Kingman is known as Federico's Mexican food. So Federico's is a little sand-colored adobe-type building located, a fair ways actually off of Highway 40 and 66. So it took us a minute to kind of go there, and Jeff was saying, I don't know. Actually, and he was going to be on this podcast episode also, but he had the verbal agreement, but not the written agreement, so he opted out. But I'll share his experiences in here as I move along. So we got to Federico's, and I had seen photos online that had an outdoor patio, and of course, going through Arizona, and it was in early April, it's going to be warm. But we got there to find that the patio had been closed off. It's just now a screened-in patio. There are picnic tables, and you walk in, and there's the window to order. So it's like a walk-up ordering style, but it's all outdoor seating. And there was an extensive range of items you could get here. There were just plenty of things all up on the board, all numbered. I don't have a picture of the menu, but I believe there were over 30 different options of different plates and platters and combos and meats, and the whole thing looked like it was gonna be pretty good. And this was early on the trip, and this was a lunch stop opposed. Usually Try It Out Tuesday's dinner, but we decided to try it out for lunch. So usually for me, I like to try to go with a choice that's probably maybe the most popular item. And so naturally I looked at the board, and I looked at option number 1, which was 1 taco and 1 tostada. And it was a platter, so it came with beans and rice and all that good stuff. So I got one was with beef. I believe the taco was with beef, and the tostada was with pork. And they both came out. I got them on 2 separate plates, and they were nicely festooned with everything. The taco were the classic taqueria style, 2 soft shell, guacamole, pico de gallo, onions. You got some limes and all that stuff. Well, the tostada was a similar setup, but no guacamole. But as far as the portions go, they looked like they were really good. Oh, but I guess I need to backtrack a little bit. So I placed my order, and Jeff, being an Australian, he said, I'd like to get I think he got 2 tacos, and he said, can I get extra tomatoes? And the woman behind the counter said, extra what? He said, tomatoes. And she was like, I don't know what you mean by tomatoes. And he's like, tomatoes. And it really was a tomato situation. So anyway, Jeff ended up, after ordering that with tomatoes on it, the food comes out. Mine looks brilliant. Everything looks really good. But Jeff's ended up having no tomatoes at all. But other than that, it was a delicious stop. We spoke with some people who were eating there, and they said, I went 7 miles out of my way, 10 miles out of my way, so I could go to Federico's. So overall, it was it was a stop worth making, even though it was a little bit out of the way. And I guess I have 7 seconds left, so if I were to give one piece of advice about Federico's, would be to try one of the tostadas, but make sure to get tostada and something else with it. Get the platter, get the whole deal. The pricing is good, the food is good. I reckon if you're ever in Kingman, Arizona, traveling on Highway 40, check it out. All right, that's it for this installment of Try It Out Tuesday. I'll be back to California soon enough. Later, bye.